Hello, and welcome back, everybody, but probably nobody. This is ThorW, and we're continuing our foray into Dark Souls 3. When we last left off, we had just met Aegon and Sigurd, and Aegon of Karim and Sigurd of Katarina, and we are now going to continue down the only path we haven't gone down yet when it comes to the Undead Settlement, and we should be able to pretty much finish clearing out the area, or within the next episode or two. Because, like I prefaced this area with, this is a large area. The Undead Settlement has a lot going on, and we're gonna go on it, you know? Get out of here, Thrall. Dumb Thrall. So, as you may recall, right past these guys worshipping the burning tree with corpses, the corpsey tree, if we just kind of bypass them, say hello to this gentleman before he says hello to us. Whoa! Hey! Hi! And these gentlemen, jeez. These gentiles. Now then, we can come over here and enter this building. The nice creaky little door. So we roll through that. There's a nice hole we can fall down with Estus Soup, which gives us 1 hit of Estus, and the Warrior of Sunlight Covenant. So yes, an ancient talisman depicting a holy symbol bestowed upon the Warriors of Sunlight, equipped to pledge oneself to the Warrior of Sunlight Covenant. Warriors of Sunlight are brilliantly beaming cooperators who place their golden signatures to help those in need, for it is their duty to deliver a great conquest to their summoner. Jolly cooperation is the name of the game with that covenant. Very nice. Now then, see that there is an item on these corpses. Well, one of them. Large Solve a Desecrated Corpse. And there was an item right over here. Do be careful, though, because once you grab this, if you're paying attention, these guys are moving. So yes, if you recall, we did find one of those guys alive. It appears that they can live and become, well, problems for us to deal with. Like this one. You may notice they're shaded or lighted just a little bit differently than the others. That's mainly because I'm playing on PC and I have to put my settings a little bit low in order for the game to run for an extended period of time, because it's very poorly optimized. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure if console is much better than this, though. I'm pretty sure they look different even on console. But they are meant to kind of lie in wait and scare you. So, outside of the house, we can go over here. And there's an item awaiting us right here. Soul of an Unknown Traveler. More souls. And a fun thing in Dark Souls 3, with those souls, you can either pop them, like in Dark Souls 1, or you can actually sell them to a merchant, even in bulk. And it will do the exact same. It'll give you just as many souls as if you had popped it. So gotta be careful here. As you can see, there is swirling black doom being launched at us from her. Up there. See, is there anything in here? I forget. Doesn't look like it. But a nice, like, white plant. Let's see. Oh yeah, this happens. God. Calm down, bro. There's a Thrall here. Wow, that was a fast attack. A real fast attack. We get a whip. We'll take a quick look at the whip. Nothing too interesting. A leather whip that was never intended for use in combat. Of little use against armor or tough scales, but quite formidable against enemies with exposed skin. Oh yeah, fist fighters made from thick straps with leather studded with iron rivets. We never looked at the cestus. The cestus. Forgot about that. But anyway, the whip is it's a pretty bad weapon. It actually has good scaling with it, but as is true to real life, a whip is not a weapon. A whip is a tool used for other things. Ha 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 ha, you gonna laugh at me? Woman, don't make me come up there. Oh, she came down here. Well, this is a conflict of interest now. See, I came up here to come after you. Well, just wait right there. I'm coming. Wow, she did not even care about the drop attack. As you can see, this particular enemy commonly doesn't care about your attacks and just swings. Kind of jerkish. See, this is where the game begins to really pile on enemies that are unfair, that cheat. Yeah, cheat is the way I would put it. These enemies kind of cheat, because she should not be able to just ignore a sword being run through her constantly, and then just respond by swinging whatever the heck she wants to swing at us. I don't think I'm missing anything. I'm pretty sure that's just an alcove to hide in. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I just wanted to double check. Just wanted to double check real quick. No problem. So we got a couple more Titanite shards from this area. Always good to get more shards. More shards for ourselves. And we have been invaded by Mad Spirit Holy Knight Hodrick. Remember Hodrick? He is the guy that was down in the Mound Makers Covenant area. Yes. And as he said, you'll go mad, and you'll just invade people. So, Hodrick, where are you, buddy? Oh, he's out there. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on over. Wow, you're already in your stance. Come here. Come fight me in the house. Come on, buddy. Don't make me throw stuff at you. Wait, here. Don't make me throw stuff at you. So, Hodrick, like I said before, he has a flamberge, which is a very large sword. He has a buckler as well, which is good for parrying, which he will attempt to do if you allow him to. Well, that was a good roll attack. Here, have some more fire. He can heal himself. He does have pyromancy available to himself as well, but he generally doesn't use fireballs or the like, the stuff you would expect from pyromancy. Oh, he parried us. Well done. Well done, Hodrick. That was impressive. Go ahead and take a drink. Ow. Oh, he's out of Estus. He only has the 2, as you can see. God damn, that rolling attack. So yeah, if he does his stance attack, he will absolutely super armor through any attacks you have. I do believe he is parryable. Let's see, should I try? Oh, here. So he has power within. That's a pyromancy he has. Yeah, every time. Wow, that's slower than I thought it would be. So that's a shield breaker. He's pretty much killing himself. This is funny. Here, swing at me. No? Well, that was a bit of a debacle of a fight. Mad Dark Spirit got killed, and we get a vertebra shackle, which is the Covenant item of the Mound Makers. Let's take a look at it. A special bone collected by members of the Covenant Mound Makers, discovered in the corpses of their victims. Only one such bone is found in the vertebra, and the Mound Makers believe it to be a shackle of the gods. In their minds, each victim is another connection, in addition to the family. Like they said before, kind of crazy. So before we go over and deal with him, there is a crystal lizard over here, which is why I wanted to deal with Hodrick inside the house. I didn't want him to start running away. And looky-loo, it's the bonfire that we saw before. So let's take a seat here. Restore our Estus. Hodrick did give us a little bit of a tough time because I was playing around a little bit. You know how it is. Sometimes we gotta play around and have fun. It is a game after all. Here, let's get his attention. Hi there. Man, just goes right through it. Come on, big man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, gotta be a little bit careful about blocking him. Because this guy attacks so damn much, it's rather easy for him to break your guard if you try to block too much, because they do insane amounts of stamina damage. Just really high amounts. So is there anything down here in this area? Nope. Not at all. Well, look at this. Pay close attention. Boom! So, remember the giant we saw earlier shooting arrows? This is where he's aiming. Remember Sigurd talking about, have you ever been near a white birch? And suddenly had great arrows flying down? This is what he was talking about. Careful. So you can roll dodge these. It's highly suggested that you do. And there is a sound cue for it, which is kind of why I'm not talking right now. There's also a timing for it, a relatively consistent timing. Much easier to work with a sound cue. Oh, wow. Good shot. Thanks, giant bro. So he's aiming at us. Oh, cool. We get the full cleric set. Oh, yeah. You exist. I forgot about you. We get the full cleric set from that. Let's go ahead and take a look. It is said that they were a hat worn by a cleric turned undead, typical attire for a blue-robed travelers. It is said that they were entrusted with a duty. Still, its nature is yet to be revealed. It is said that the blue-robed travelers were entrusted with a duty. They bore large covers on their backs to ensure that they would not become seedbeds for spreading darkness. And I believe that's pretty much... Yeah, they have a duty. They have a duty, but we don't know. And it comes with a shield, the blue wooden shield. The symbol of clerics who have become undead, close to a small shield in size. And that's pretty much it. Nothing of extreme interest or value. It's just like, hey, did you know that these clerics had a duty? We want to come over here, grab the Mortician's Ashes. Those are very important. Don't forget them. Don't you forget about me. So now comes the fun item to grab. That one. Right down there. See that one? Over here in No Man's Land. Whoops. Whoa, there we go. Yep. So you can actually hear him fire the arrow before it gets here, too. Ha! Get rolled on. Alright, so this is an undead with the sickles that go through shields for damage. Oh, wow, he got hit by a great arrow from outside. What bad luck for him. We are being pounded on by this giant. Mercilessly. So there's an item over there. We're going to leap over here. Miss our jump. Well done. Take some damage. And do it again. Exactly the same way. Wow. Wow. Good job, me. Right. Okay. This is the Great Scythe. Let's go ahead and take a look. There it is. Takes 14 strength, 14 dex, has good dex scaling. Attacks with this large scythe, normally used for crop harvesting, are effective at breaking past shields. The magnificent sharp curved blade instills fear in opponents. Perhaps it is their survival instinct at work. Skill next swipe. This attack aims for the scruff of a foe's neck and when successful functions as a headshot, inflicting heavy damage. So, Scythe is wielded like a scythe, with big, large swings and stuff like that, which typically in history, if a scythe was wielded as a weapon, it was not wielded as such as... what they would do is they would break off the head and then tie it out like a spear and then use it as a spear instead, because that is, well, that is more effective. And overall just better. So we're going to come over here. There is a large set of double doors for us to open. Great curse-ridden tree ahead. A transposing kiln lies within its belly. Developer messages. So we're going to come back here because we've never explored this route, and I'd like to show it off. Even though we don't really need to come back here. Coming back here, they don't really... enemies don't expect you to come from behind. But you can see there is a evangelist. Stop ignoring me. Take the hits like a bitch. I'm glad that, because we are so small in stature, the evangelist missed. Ow. Hammer. It's hammer time. Got him. Okay, so, if you notice, we have been in this area before. Look here. Everything look familiar? It should. Definitely should. So yes, if we come back here, we will see that this is the area over there towards where Sigurd is, along with the others. Whoa, jeez. Calm down, Poochie. Is he gonna follow me? Come on, bitch. Fine, whatever. You stay up there. I'll kill the rats myself. So, we're going to come back through here for just a moment or two. There is something very important for us to do. Owie. Went through my shield, or over my shield at least. Dang, man. Dang, son. Oh well, doesn't matter all that much. Rats being rats. So we're going to come back here to the bonfire. And we're going to return to Firelink Shrine. If you may recall, we got some Mortician's Ashes. And an Undead Bone Shard. So, let's go ahead. We're going to look at the Undead Bone Shard real quick. Well, rubbish. Where is the Undead Bone Shard? Oh, hey, here's our Dark Sigil. A black gaping hole in the flesh that resembles the brand of an undead. The darkness of humanity seeps from this bottomless pitch-black hole, the gap filled by the accumulation of the curse. The Dark Sigil will never heal, but there is a tale told of a firekeeper who returned from the abyss and brought great comfort to a bearer of the curse. It's the Mortician's Ashes, umbral ash of a resident of the settlement, the Undead Settlement, who made a living burying corpses. With this, the Shrine Maiden will prepare new items. Now I know we've got Undead Bone Shard. Here we go. Undead bones that yet burn. Cast into the shrine bonfire to boost the recovery provided by the Estus Flask. The bonfire cinders are the bones of the undead, and a bone that still burns is a fresh cinder indeed. Before feeding upon death, one must first pray to it. So, if we sit here at this bonfire, we can burn the Undead Bone Shard, and it will permanently increase the strength of our Estus. Very nice. Now we want to come over here to her.
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service?
So we can give this umbral ash.
Gracious, passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
Alright, with that, she will have new items available to us. She now has 3 more embers for sale, some purple moss clumps, charcoal pine resin, applies fire to right-hand weapon, which we don't necessarily need because we have a fire weapon anyway. We even have a couple. Human pine resin applies dark to the right-hand weapon. We're going to go ahead and look at... temporarily used in the Undead Settlement to preserve undead bodies after dissection and to bury them. Charcoal pine bundle does not last for long, quickly applies fire, apply it in the middle of a series of blows. Human pine resin, normally used in the Undead Settlement for preservation and burials, but can mature into this state, becomes a valuable substance used in a certain ceremony, often seen for trade at exorbitant prices. So it's very apropos that the Mortician's Ashes make this available for 3 uses here. Now then, one thing that is the grave key. Key to the barred door leading from the sewer below the Undead Settlement to a moist grave. The grave, which no longer receives visitors, was once the site of a statue of Velka, goddess of sin, and was believed to pardon wrongdoing and lift curses. So, we're going to want that grave key. That's the main reason that we wanted to go there. Let's go ahead and talk to our fire caper real quick. Really? That's all you're going to say? You should have different dialogue for me.
Welcome home, speak. Ashen farewell,
Well,
Ashen
whatever.
May the flame.
I don't think you have
Good.
anything yet
But
either.
let's take a right.
Oh, wait. You do have new dialogue.
Ooh, yet to give in, eh?
Nice.
Good. The firekeeper must be twitching with delight.
Twitching.
But what do you really know about these lords of Cinder? These supposed legends? Let's take Aldrich for one. A right and proper cleric. Only he developed a habit of devouring men.
Smo Jr.
He ate so many that he bloated like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep, and they made him a Lord of Cinder, not for virtue, but for might. Such as a lord, I suppose. But here I ask, do we have a sodding chance?
So yes, that's a little bit of backstory for Aldrich of the Deep, one of the Lords of Cinder, the one that sits in that chair right across from us.
At the foot of Lothric Castle, an old path still runs below the tower in the Undead Settlement. It was used to transport sacrifices to the Cathedral of the Deep. You should see where it leads, if you've the stones for it.
If you've the stones for it.
At the foot, it was used.
So, for anyone that doesn't know, this is actually the voice actor from Griggs of Vinheim from the first game. And I think he does a much better job of it in this one. I like the Crestfallen Knight here. Hawkwood. A lot more than I like Griggs. Now then, he gave us some backstory on Aldrich as we head back to the sewers in order to use our, the dilapidated bridge, yeah. As we head back to the sewers in order to use that key we just got. He gave some backstory for Aldrich of the Deep, one of the Lords of Cinders. Apparently Aldrich was once a cleric, but liked eating people. Just delicious, delicious people. I mean, who can blame him? People are delicious. And apparently this turned him into sludge. Just outright, he devolved into a mass of black goo. And that's one of the Lords of Cinder. So we can come down here into the sewers and we can get a loincloth. Sexy. And as was said, there is a statue of Velka here, which you can pray to request absolution or dissolution. This helps a lot if you've, angered an NPC or something like that. Usually absolution can help. Not always, though. Not 100% sure what dissolution does. A red-hilted halberd. And the loincloth. I guess we'll take a look at both of those. The red-hilted halberd Long-hilted halberd, mixing spear and axe. The red-hilted halberd is associated with clerics, which makes sense that you would find it here near the statue of Velka, considering clerics generally spread the word of Velka. Some clerics. And the loincloth, terribly worn waistcloth. The deprived only manage to rummage just enough cloth to protect their vital parts. So if you start as a deprived, that is your starting armor, is the loincloth. So down here, there are spooky, scary skeletons. And I actually really like these spooky, scary skeletons, because these skeletons are more unique than others in the fact that they have, let's take a look at this guy carefully, trees growing out of their face and through their body. Yes, as we've seen before, undead from the Undead Settlement have tree roots pretty much growing throughout their vital systems. And the same holds true for those that have deformed to the point of becoming skeletons. Whee! Aw, poor little skeleton man. Didn't quite work that well, did ya? What are you doing down here? You're not a skeleton. No, seriously, what was he doing down here? He's not a skeleton. What a weirdo. So this leads us outside, surprisingly enough. With, ooh, crystal lizard. Of course we want to kill for the goodies that he provides. A heavy gem. Titanite shard. So before we grab that, let's look up. Hey, so that's why that guy is sitting at the cliff face. Let's... Hilarious. So that's actually a pretty good trap if you don't know that it's there. It's actually a pretty darn good trap. And another Titanite shard. Very useful. So we've got this other path that we can go straight down. There's nothing down here at the end. But, come over here, we see a lone rat. Well, there's never a lone rat. Never ever. See? There is never a single rat. There will always be several. So that item here is kind of a trap. But if you know anything about rats, you know they come in groups. The Saint's Talisman, we'll take a look at that in just a moment, as the Saint's Talisman is pretty interesting. Just gotta climb this Metal Gear Solid 3 ladder here because it's so long. Alright, whoop, not equipment, items. Talisman should be like back. Oh, it actually comes before it. The Saint's Talisman. Medium for casting miracles of the gods. Ivory talismans are given only to women clerics, and faith greatly affects their effectiveness. There is a certain frailty to this talisman, which undermines the steadfastness granted by its skill. Unfaltering prayer. Temporarily increases poise while casting miracles, preventing enemy attacks from interrupting the player. Works while equipped in either hand. So if you take a look, it requires 16 faith, and it has A-level scaling at +0. This particular talisman has the best scaling out of any talisman in the game. It is technically the strongest late game. However, other talismans generally do better than it until you get like 60 faith, which is close to the hard cap. So if you go heavy faith, and I mean heavy faith, this talisman is the talisman for you. Otherwise, you can find better. Anyway, we come over here and, well, would you look at this?
Who is there? Is someone there? Anyone? Oh, please, whoever you are, touch me.
Oh, I'll touch you, all right.
The dark surrounds me, nibbles at my flesh. Little creatures, they never stop biting. So please, hold out your hand and touch me.
Alright, so that's an important set of dialogue. The dark surrounds me, little creatures that never stop biting. she is talking about humanity, because if you've played Dark Souls 1, you know Firekeepers are women who tend bonfires, and they are absolutely filled to the brim with humanities, just kind of writhing on the inside of them, just under their skin. Now, she hasn't really succeeded in becoming a full-fledged Firekeeper, but we see she's actually pretty darn close because she can feel the humanity within her. Let's touch her. Let's touch her. I'm gonna touch you, alright. Never mind, we're just gonna hover hand.
There you are.
We're too nervous
So
around
close,
girls.
indeed.
Oh man. Never been this
And
close
I'm
to a
not
girl
entirely
before.
alone just yet.
Except my Firekeeper.
Praise the merciful gods above.
We get the prayer gesture.
Oh, forgive me. I am Irina of Karim.
As you can tell by her face, she's from Kareem.
I came to this land so that I might be a firekeeper. Your touch has freed me from the darkness. You are a champion, then?
Hell yeah.
I am weak
Champion of the
and
darkness.
unfit to tend the flames. But if it would not trouble you, might I enter into your service instead?
I wish your mouth moved. We will accept your
Oh,
service.
thank you, sweet champion. I shall take my vows. I, Irina of Karim, solemnly swear to serve you.
So, Irina of Karim has went back to Firelink Shrine. You can see that she's actually a budding, not a full-fledged, but a budding Firekeeper. How do you feel
You've gone
about
and
this?
Rescued her, have you?
Sure have.
How very quaint. Pitying creatures that are beyond help. Yeah, very well. I'm sick of looking after her at any rate. I am Egon, a knight of Karim.
Egon.
I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
So that's very, intimidation factor. He's just like, hey, keep the girl safe.
What's the matter? My terms are very simple. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
So that's very telling. There are specific things that you can do with Irina. I will talk about them when we talk to her later, which can make Egon very, very mad. One example includes killing her. He does not take kindly to her being dead. Anyway, we see that we have mastered the mystery of the lift. It wasn't very hard. So let's come up here.
Who are you?
Hello. Let's make peace.
I help anytime.
So we can make peace with this giant up here. If you take a look, this is the giant that was shooting giant arrows at us. See? Look. See these great arrows? See the great bow? He's currently not firing because we're next to him.
I help anytime.
He says, I help anytime. And true to giants, he has these things piercing through his calf and chains hanging off him, because giants are slaves, for the most part, in the Dark Souls universe. Most giants, not all giants. So, this is the highest point in the Undead Settlement itself. Get your ass out of the way. And you can see there's lots to look at. See over there, that is a massive cathedral. That is the Cathedral of the Deep, which we have not been to yet, but we will be heading to eventually. At least it certainly looks like it, so I think it is. And down there is the large church that we entered for a short period of time. There's the thing we haven't seen yet. Anyway, Mister, you annoyed me, so I'm taking my revenge. So, yeah, easiest way to deal with him is to just let him throw his temper tantrum. And shove your sword in his head. And for our trouble, we get the Hawk Ring. Yes, I killed the nice little guy, but I got the Hawk Ring for it. Extend the range of bows. Ring associated with Hawkeye Gull, one of the 4 Knights of Gwyn, the First Lord. In his later years, the giant Gull was blinded, but this did not prevent him from striking down a calamitous dragon with his great bow. References! Yay! Hooray for references, yeah. So that is a neat little ring. Now then, we come over here. There's a platform to roll off onto. And that is an indicator that Sigurd's here. Hey, buddy.
Ah, oh, don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head. I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
That's a bit of an evil laugh.
On some days I begin to doubt myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Really?
Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, fair enough.
How now? Think twice before you go down that road.
Well, why don't we just kill it, buddy?
I could try talking some sense into him.
Into that?
No, I think not. He's far too overheated.
Exactly.
I've got to use my head and think. I could try to...
So, we see Sigurd has the exact same problems that Sigmar had. He sits around and thinks all the time. But to be fair, this is kind of a puzzler. How are we going to deal with that? Well, I think I'll take a seat here and think about it with Sigurd for a little while. And we'll come up with a solution on the next episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned when we think of something. We'll think of something for the next episode. And continue our journey through Dark Souls 3. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.